KSC presents. A man found old belongings inside an abandoned locker. Then he realized they were Diane Keaton's. When Anton Lulgjuraj put in a bid to buy an abandoned storage locker in Brewster, New York, he had no idea what remained inside. And while poring over the items he had purchased, he found a stack of old photos and recognized one of the faces within them. It was Academy Award-winning actress Diane Keaton. Keaton, born Diane Hall in 1946, had her interest in acting peaked at an early age. Her mother won a pageant for homemakers in their hometown of Los Angeles, California, and the event inspired her to pursue a career on stages and screens. Keaton studied acting in California for a year before ditching the West Coast and her schooling for New York City. As she began her career, she joined the Actors Equity Association. But after finding out that another actress had already registered with the name Diane Hall, she changed her surname to Keaton. Keaton made her Broadway debut in the original run of Hair in 1968. And the following year she nabbed a part in Play It Again, Sam, staged by Woody Allen. She almost lost the role for being 2 inches taller than him, but ultimately earned it, and a Tony Award nomination for her performance. Then 3 years later Keaton had her breakthrough on the silver screen. In 1972, she played Kay Adams, the girlfriend of Al Pacino's Michael Corleone in The Godfather. In the sequel, The Godfather Part 2, she reprised the role. But it would be the 1977 romantic comedy Annie Hall that would solidify Keaton as an icon. Woody Allen based the titular character off of the actress and their off-screen romance. He even used her real last name. Indeed, Annie was one of her nicknames too. Annie Hall impressed audiences and critics alike, as did Keaton's performance. She even earned the Academy Award for Best Actress. Off-screen, she became somewhat of a fashion icon as fans began emulating Keaton's style from the flick, which had her wearing vintage menswear. Although the role was an iconic one for Keaton, she told CBS News in 2004 that she didn't want it to define the rest of her career. "I don't want to be identified as one thing only. I remember somebody once said to me, 'Don't ever change,' when I did Annie Hall. But I think that stunts any kind of growth," Keaton continued. "And so, my feeling was that scared the hell out of me. I knew I had to change. You've got to change, don't you think? I mean, otherwise, what are you going to do?" she concluded. Keaton truly lived by those words and went on to pursue a multifaceted film career. 3 years after the romantic comedy Annie Hall, for instance, she starred in historical drama, Reds. Although it was very different from the Woody Allen-helmed hit, the New York Times called it the best work she has done. Keaton went on to earn an Academy Award nomination for her part in the movie. And she has since received 2 more Best Actress Oscar nods, for 1997's Marvin's Room and the 2004 romantic comedy, Something's Gotta Give. On top of all that, Keaton's lengthy resume includes box office hits, thrillers and, of course, even more comedies and dramas. Some of her most popular films include Father of the Bride, The First Wives Club and The Family Stone. At the same time, Anton Lulgjuraj was living life out of the spotlight, in the same city where Keaton got her start. He inherited his father's candy shop in New York City and all of the treat-making secrets that came with it. However, the shop closed in 2006. But though the closure left Lulgjuraj semi-retired, as he told the New York Daily News, he kept busy with a new hobby, bidding on abandoned storage lockers. In most cases, a storage unit auction happens if the owner fails to pay their rental fees, and the business owners want to reclaim some of their lost cash. Bidders have the chance to peek inside the units, aware that its purchase will also include anything inside. Lulgjuraj had enjoyed plenty of luck bidding on abandoned storage units in the past. For instance, he purchased singer Keith Diamond's old space in the spring of 2016. Inside, he found a potential original recording of singer Donna Summer, as well as photos of Diamond with the likes of Barbra Streisand and Don Johnson. 2 years later, and Lulgjuraj continued to pursue his hobby. And in May 2018 he purchased what he described on Twitter as a huge unit in Brewster, New York. The storage container had housed items belonging to a man named David Parent, who had flown for the U.S. Air Force. After Parent passed away, someone bought the storage unit to house the belongings he had left behind. However, when they stopped paying the rent after about 10 years, the unit came up for auction in 2018, when Lulgjuraj bought it. Indeed, he later tweeted that he'd spotted what he thought was a motorcycle hidden within the confines. And it turned out that Lulgjuraj's suspicions were correct. A motorcycle was indeed being stored there, and it was incredibly valuable. The treasure hunter later sold the 1913 Indian bike for 10 times as much as what he bid on the storage unit in the first place. And yet, even more fascinating items lurked within the locker's walls. As Lulgjuraj sorted his way through the storage unit's goods, he found a brown leather wallet hidden inside a wooden box, containing 32 family photos. He also found a driver's license inside, identifying the potential owner of the pocketbook. The wallet owner's name, Diane Hall, didn't sound familiar to Lulgjuraj, he told the New York Daily News. But when he looked closer at her photos, he realized she looked like someone from a movie he loved, The Godfather. I opened it up and thought, is this Diane Keaton, the actress? It couldn't be. Or maybe it could, Lulgjuraj told the newspaper. That and the sheer age of the wallets intrigued him to keep digging. Indeed, he believed its contents were at least a half-century old. I was so curious. It was like a time capsule, Lulgjuraj continued to the New York Daily News. And the treasure hunter described some of the other photos inside. One showed a little girl with blonde bangs with a boy and girl by her side. They appeared to be siblings. Another snapshot pictured an adult couple holding each other's hands and strolling down the beach. Lulgjuraj loved the photo. He told the newspaper, "It's such a nice shot, really classic. You look at it and get a good feeling." But then came Lulgjuraj's smoking gun, as far as identifying the wallet's owner was concerned. Inside of the brown wallet he found an Actors Equity membership card that had expired in 1968. The cardholder's name? Diane Keaton. In the past, namely, in an interview from 1978, Keaton had also noted that she had left 2 of her wallets behind in cabs. However, Lulgjuraj still had no idea how the wallet landed in the storage unit or whether or not the actress knew Parent, the original owner of the locker items. Although Lulgjuraj had sold other storage unit treasures in the past, he had no desire to make a profit off of Keaton's wallet. He wanted to get in touch with the actress and return her belongings. Indeed, he even took to Twitter to reach out to the star. "Hi, I bought a storage unit at auction and in there I found a wallet and your driver's license and photos from the 1960s and 1970s. If you have any interest in this, you can have it back," Lulgjuraj tweeted to Keaton. However, she didn't respond. The New York Daily News also tried to get in touch with the actress, but it had no luck. Lulgjuraj reiterated that he had no intention of collecting a reward. He just wanted the wallet and its contents returned to their owner. And Lulgjuraj held out hope that Keaton would somehow find his story and get in touch with him. Maybe she remembers that lost wallet and has always wondered. "I'm hoping she didn't lose faith," he added to the newspaper. "If she wants it, I'm happy to send it. I figured she would want it." These are her memories, Lulgjuraj concluded. And, within 2 days of having his story published in the New York Daily News, the storage unit hobbyist received the news he'd been waiting for. In December 2018, Keaton took to Twitter to express her disbelief and simultaneous acceptance of the fact that someone may have found her wallet. "I don't remember losing this, but I'm not surprised because I've lost my wallet many times," the actress wrote on the social media site. Keaton also shared one of the photos that stuck out to Lulgjuraj, the snapshot of a trio of children. "This photo was in the wallet," the actress wrote on Instagram. I'm on the far right, can you believe those bangs?" she added, later commenting with an estimate that she was 9 years old in the image. Hearing Keaton left Lulgjuraj feeling thrilled, he told the New York Daily News. He headed out to mail the wallet and tweeted the update to the actress. He joked, "Hopefully the mail won't lose it for another 50 years. I'm just really happy that she's going to get her wallet back," Lulgjuraj told the New York Daily News. And as he had sent it at the start of December of 2018, he hoped that it would arrive in time for the holiday season, just in time for her and her loved ones to reminisce over the family snapshots, perhaps. "I'm actually happy to send it away. It sounds like she really does appreciate it," Lulgjuraj concluded. "To see something you haven't seen in that long, the nostalgia gives you such a good feeling." These were happy times in the photographs. Meanwhile, social media users largely agreed with Lulgjuraj's point of view and commended him for returning the wallet in earnest. In response to the news that he was mailing the wallet, one Twitter user replied, "You're awesome. Wish there were more honest people like you in this world." Keaton seemingly agreed with that sentiment. Indeed, on Christmas Eve 2018, Lulgjuraj shared a handful of images holding very special bottles of wine from a brand called the Keaton. It's easy to surmise where the libations came from. In fact, Keaton has red wine on the market, as well as a white slated for future release. According to Wine.com, she also uses her creations as a method for giving back to the community, and the actress donates some of the proceeds to an Alzheimer's study at the Cleveland Clinic, Lou Ruvo Center for Brain Health. For his part, Lulgjuraj could only thank Keaton for sending her delicious drinks to him. "Wasn't necessary, but we appreciate it," he tweeted alongside a handful of images of the star's product. She even signed one of the bottles for him. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.